Here's Mark Bulger in Seattle, taking on the Seahawks in the game one of the Jim Mora administration there. Steve Spagnuolo getting his first game as head coach for St. Louis. TJ Manzada. He's a free agent acquisition, 6 catches, 48 yards on the day, including that catch. 3 possessions in the game.
This is the Wildcat.
You're a Wildcat. That is Seneca Wallace throwing out to Hasselbeck. Back to Seneca Wallace.
Throw it back, Seneca.
Getting fancy, Napper.
He's running on that Greg Knapp offense right there. He loves it, some Greg Knapp.
That one alone.
Well, just as the crowd was whipped up by that play, Matt Hasselbeck had already thrown a pick in the game in the end zone, is intercepted by O.J. Atagwe. But fortunately for Matt Hasselbeck and the Seahawks, the Rams offense could not move the ball a lick with the 12th man all around them. 3 and out for the Rams, gave the ball right back to the Seahawks in the second quarter. There is Nate Burleson, tacked on 15 more thanks to Leonard Little right there.
Corner blitz, great read by the quarterback.
Puts the ball in the Rams 23. 7 plays later, John Carlson, the tight end.
He's becoming his go-to guy. What a day he had with 6 catches and a couple of touchdowns.
7-0 Seahawks. Next Seattle possession. Actually, pardon me, that's Mark Bulger kept getting hit left and right, as I mentioned. That's Aaron Curry with Lofa Tatupu. Not a bad linebacking core there.
Yeah, that's one of the best in the National Football League.
And we've got a field goal attempt that's blocked by Olindo Mare. Omare's blocked by C.J. Ayu.
Look at that kicker run.
And Quincy Butler returns it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, unfortunately,
how'd they block
the Rams,
this one?
That's because there were 12 men.
But you should have blocked it with 12 men. There's one guy unaccounted for.
And what that does is give, we'll count them all.
Yeah.
And that gives a first down to Seattle, so it take the 7 points off the board for the Rams and put 7 on the board for the Seahawks. Nate Burleson scores, and that is that's a rough sequence right there for the St. Louis Rams. They thought they were in a game, and now it is blowout territory in the third quarter when Matt Hasselbeck finds John Carlson for touchdown number 2 on
4
the day.
verticals, Luke.
All
4
goes
verticals.
special from trips. He hits it up the seam like taking candy from a baby.
And here is Matt Hasselbeck handed off to Julius Jones late in the game. He pops one free, 62 yards, and a little bit of flair, a piece of flair, the Ric Flair he does in the end zone.
Let me see it. Give it to me.
The Niners and the Seahawks in a Week 2 contest. The winner would be atop the NFC West, and the inconvenient truth was making his mark all day long. 79 yards, first play of this particular drive. It's not even a drive.
No.
It's a touchdown. Longest run of Gore's career, 79 yards. That would be a personal best that did not last the day. Second quarter, Seahawks down 10-0. It's TJ Manzada for 12 yards. 2 plays later, Hasselbeck to TJ Manzada, 22 yards. Seahawks would settle for a field goal. It's 13-3 now.
Give me the ball.
Just before the end of the half, Hasselbeck thinks he can make it himself after rolling out.
Don't do it.
That would be a bad, unwise decision as Patrick Willis, full force, nails Hasselbeck in his aching back. It was called a rib injury, and Matthew goes down like a punch-drunk fighter, unfortunately. He would leave the game. He would be taken to the hospital. Everything was fine initially, and he flew back with the team. Seneca Wallace, no rust on him, comes right off the bench, and he flips it out to Julius Jones.
Nice swing pass. He got outflanked.
So the Seahawks do get on the board before the half, and it's 13-10. First play of the second half, and Frank, remember I said 79 yards?
Yeah.
Here's an 80-yarder.
You can't get more demoralizing to a team than to run 2 touchdowns right up the heart of your defense.
This is a team that only had 21 yards rushing last week.
207 yards on the day for Frank Gore. The Seahawks down by 10. Seneca Wallace is hit by Deshaun Goldson. And the 49ers are 2-0. They're on top of the NFC West after 2 weeks, everybody. And they take on the 2-0 Vikings in Minnesota next week.
Chicago Bears traveling to Seattle, looking to get their first victory there since 1976. Matt Hasselbeck with that cracked rib.
That's a pretty jersey. That's a pretty jersey. Pretty.
Seneca Wallace getting his 13th career start. Dumps it off to Julius Jones.
Nice
there he goes. And Jones, 39 yards to the house. Seahawks up 7-0. Seahawks jumped down on top here 13-0, but the Bears come back here. It's Cutler to Matt Forte, but he cannot hold on to the football.
Yeah, that's tough. When you turn it over on the 1-yard line, that's a long way to go to turn it over.
All right, Lovie Smith pulls out the red challenge flag, and Lovie was correct. Forte was down before the ball came out, so
good challenge.
The ruling was reversed. 3rd goal, Forte. Stopped at the line. 21 carries, 66 yards on the day for Forte. 4th and goal.
Here we go.
Lovie says, we're going to try to get this. Cutler on the play action, under duress, but Greg Olsen is there.
Wide open. Good reaction by the quarterback. He was under duress. He had to quickly shoot it out there.
All right, 13-7 Bears down. A TJ Houshmandzadeh fumble in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Cutler, who's developing quite the rapport with Johnny Knox. Nice move there.
This guy, 4.3 in the combine, Prime. 4.3. Is that as fast as you were?
No, I ran a 4.2 for breakfast.
The rookie from Abilene Christian. Bears up 14-13. Cutler stripped by Aaron Curry. Corey Redding is there. It led to an Olindo Mare 37-yard field goal. So the Seahawks back on top, 19-17. Bears come right back, though. Cutler to Devin Hester.
My baby! My baby!
The speed, 36 yards. What do we got here, Prime?
I don't know. It's a new dance. I gotta ask these young boys what they're doing in the end zone now.
Dance.
Bears go for 2, and they get it up 25-19. Julius Jones now with a $1.25 left. He's been balling so far this year. He's been doing his thing. 98 yards. He also had a receiving TD. All right, 4 plays later, though. 52 seconds left. 4th and 1. Jim Moore going for it. It's Wallace on the play action to John Owens.
It wasn't even meant for him.
That's a huge conversion.
Does best.
Guess what? He's got another decision, coach. 4th and 2. But this time,
be patient.
Julius Jones is unable to squeeze it.
Let's go to Indianapolis. Peyton Manning, first time ever he started a season with 3 300-yard passing games. Seneca Wallace trying to get the upset in Indianapolis, starting in place of the injured Matthew Hasselbeck. Peyton Manning to Pierre Garçon, or in this country, Peter Waiter. See, there's your Peter.
There's the Peter.
There's your Peter play. Well, the Seattle defense would peter out in this one as Donald Brown gets it in the end zone to cap off a touchdown on the drive. 2nd quarter, Edgerrin James in the house with the Seahawks.
Look, I mean, the constant professional, always falling for it, always positive yards.
4 carries, 16 yards. Nice round of applause.
Well deserved.
And a video tribute.
He gave them some great years.
By the Colts. Next Colts drive, Manning throws it up top to Peter Waiter.
Would you guys talk about him on the early show
French?
this morning?
Pierre Garçon?
Yeah, he's going to play.
Mais oui. Etienne Mariucci. Reggie Wayne over the middle, 5-yard touchdown. That's what happens when Peyton starts throwing the ball around like that. I speak French. I like it, Rich. Like Tish Adams. $1:17 left in the half. You know what? More than enough time for Peyton to shoehorn in some more points.
His buddy Dallas Clark.
7 plays later, 20 ticks left. Manning, receiver screen, Reggie Wayne.
Nice play selection. Way to get the first down, Reggie.
Peyton started the game 15 for 16. Then look at this throw.
Nice corner route.
Austin Collie, the catch.
Everybody catches on that team. Everybody catches.
Austin Collie, the rookie, becomes the 25th receiver to catch his first career touchdown from Peyton Manning, who ties France Harkington for 3rd all-time on the touchdown list. That is an impressive list. Only Favre and Marino are in front of him. 3rd quarter, Manning to Austin Collie again.
Reggie Wayne turning around, getting the block upfield.
First time in his career, Manning with 4 consecutive 300-yard game. That's first time ever. Next play.
I see something. Let me check it off and get him in the paint.
Manning to Joseph Adai. Good call.
It's just, he's going to throw it, he's going to run based on your front, and away we go. And he's usually right.
And Dwight Freeney reports had him out through this game and maybe another.
Burger King for this game. Why would you sit out when you can have it your way, Rich?
The Colts double up the Seahawks. They are 4-0 for the 5th time.
I don't blame you. I know what you're thinking, my man.
To Seattle, getting Owen Schmidt involved early.
Is he just
with stitches?
He's going to be drug tested tomorrow. I promise you.
That looks like
I promise you he get drug tested tomorrow. Promise you.
His head open.
Getting the team fired up, Rich. He's getting everybody fired up.
That's stupid. in that bird.
A concussion was doing. Maurice Jones.
Pocket Hercules.
What was he? Pocket Hercules. At 18 of his only 34 yards in the day on that one carry.
Did we just see a man bust his forehead wide open?
Yeah, we did. And he made our highlight film.
Well, let's put it this way. If you bust your head wide open, you're going to make our highlight.
Can we get a replay of that? I need to see
We don't
that.
encourage that sort of behavior.
Got that right.
Fourth down.
Kids,
Throw
don't
it in there.
mix
Throw
up.
it in there. Throw it in
David
there.
Garrard has to throw it away on 4th and 1 as they went for it. Mike Sims Walker did not play. He was benched for violating a team rule.
Uh-oh. Late. Missed the bus.
He was
Something.
He said
Double
he was
move.
sleepless in Seattle. TJ Hushmanzada with a touchdown. Matt Hasselbeck is back
Hey, that rib
from
looks
his
okay
rib
to me.
injury. Seahawks up 13-0. Next possession, Hasselbeck to the native son of Seattle, Nate Burleson making plays.
A lot of missed tackle by defensive backs this season.
20-0. Seattle on top. The 12th man is in full throat at this point. Third quarter now after a fumble recovery. It's Hasselbeck to TJ Manzada. 2 touchdowns on the day for TJ. Hoosh! Next possession for the Seahawks. It's 3rd and goal. They're back knocking on the door again.
Yeah, throw it in there.
So Nate Burleson needs a second of the day.
That's too easy.
Perfect throw.
Too easy.
And Hasselbeck,
That 4 touchdowns for the
indigestion
guy?
or something?
9 different receivers as well.
Big flak jacket on.
Seneca Wallace came in the game to wrap things up as the Seahawks hand the Jaguars their first shutout loss in 5 years. Welcome back to NFL Game Day Final, presented by KFC. Matt Hasselbeck coming off a 4-touchdown performance, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams needing to win this game to get a step closer to the leader of the division on a bye week. San Francisco at home, watching Kurt Warner come out on fire.
Great blocking by the left tackle on that play.
8th play of the drive, Warner to Bolden, and then 7 plays later, Warner to Fitzgerald. Warner was 9 of 9, 64 yards and a touchdown in an opening drive that took over 10 minutes to complete, and then the ensuing kickoff.
I like the bloop.
They kick it short and recover it.
Oh, that's got to be
What is
handled
this
by
guy
the back
thinking
wedge.
about?
So Greg Toller recovers for the Seahawks. Up back John Owens just
Yeah.
steps up instead of the catch the kick. Jim Mora, his offense is yet to see a snap, and Arizona 3 plays later runs it in with Tim Hightower. Arizona ruled at the time of possession in this game, 42 minutes and change to 17 minutes and change.
No way you can win with that time of possession.
14-0 before the end of the first quarter. Another mistake for Seattle, a turnover as Hasselbeck is pressured by Calais Campbell. Brian Robinson recovers for Arizona. They add 3 more points. It's 17-0. 4th and 3. Time to punt and go for the
Call by
Nice.
Bruce DeHave special teams.
Nice execution on this play.
6 minutes to go in the first half. That eventually led to a field goal to put the Seahawks on the board and try and get something good going. But Kurt Warner wouldn't let anything good happen for long for Seattle.
And you give this
Steve
guy
Reston,
time.
touchdown.
He'll shoot it in there to these tall receivers, and they win at the ball.
32 of 41 for 276 yards for Warren. 4th quarter, Hasselbeck looks for TJ Hushmanzada and airmails him. Antrell Roll
Nice play.
with the pick. The Cardinals blitz the Seattle Seahawks to improve to 3-2. 27-3 is the final. The Cardinals are at the Giants next Sunday night. With the NFC West wide open for the taking, Matt Hasselbeck in Dallas, and Miles Austin was waiting for him. First quarter we go. We've got Tony Romo throwing to Miles Austin, getting it done.
Jumping in, throwing early to Miles. Miles on a slant.
And Tony Romo up down 3-0 in the first quarter. Romo finds Sam Hurd making plays now.
Man, they're finding everybody that can catch passes now.
7-3. It's Sam Hurd getting into the act.
Yeah, and he got into the end zone.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Running the football for Seattle is Justin Forsett. Orlando Scandrick picks up the loose ball. The Cowboys' defense is beginning to get some turnovers as well. Things are beginning to coagulate, if you
Forsett's
will.
from Dallas. Forsett's from Dallas.
6 plays later, Stone Cold's
We have
Tony
contact.
Romo stopped by Marcus Trufant, just laying out on
Remember that
Miles
88
Austin.
Yeah.
That's that 88 special, that post corner post.
Cowboys wound up going up 14-3.
Nice.
Nate Burleson trying to get some points on the board for Seattle. He had 89 yards on the day. 30 plays later, Matt Hasselbeck. Nice play to Deion Branch.
Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck had another solid performance today. Spread the ball around.
14-10, Seattle making a game of it. A minute to go in the half. Romo to Miles Austin, setting up first and goal. 2 plays later, Romo. So you got Austin, you got Hurd. Who does that leave as a forgotten man?
Whitten?
Roy Williams.
There he is.
Ball comes loose. The booth buzzes down. Romo says it's a touchdown. The officials on the field say it's a touchdown, and the replay shows
Possession with one hand, reach over and cross the plane of the goal line.
that's a touchdown. 21-10 at the half.
Good job, Roy.
Third quarter, Cowboys second possession of the half. Romo dumps it to Felix Jones.
That's a big play waiting to
This
happen.
is what he's been doing real good. Take your check down when you have to.
Down to the 8. Next play, he saw Marcus Trufant called pass interference on Miles Austin. Now it's on Roy Williams.
The miscommunication right there.
2 plays later, Romo to stone cold Miles Austin.
It's amazing how when you're successful, that ball seems to find you.
And
We need to have
he just finger rolled that.
practice.
Did you see that? Would that work on the bat? I thought you said he played basketball.
Yeah, he did. That looked horrible. But we only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons.
And it's for the good reason. For Patrick Creighton's second consecutive game in which he's got a return for a touchdown. The Cowboys going away win final score 38-17. In fact, Patrick Creighton joins Bullet Bob Hayes as the only players in Cowboy history with a punt return for a touchdown in back-to-back games. We mentioned that Tony Romo did something he's never done before. That's his 3rd straight game with no picks. And a tip of the cap to Edgerrin James, who in this game passed Marcus Allen for 10th all-time on the career rushing yards list. So who was that forgotten man?
Oh.
It was Whitten you mentioned, the old BFF of Tony Romo, but we didn't forget him. Our Lindsay Soto found him afterwards.
Jason Witten, the Cowboys talked this week about how important it was to build some momentum with a W here today. Did you achieve that goal?
I think so. I mean, we got off to a good start, and anytime you can get a big win like that at home and start putting some wins together, it's 3 in a row for us. So it's just going to get tougher though as the season goes on, and I think this team understands those challenges.
How much has the emergence of Miles Austin changed things for the rest of you guys out there? Opened things up a little bit?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he's just playing so good right now, and Tony's got just unbelievable confidence with him, and that's been big for us, and he continues to do it 3 weeks in a row now. He's played big. So as we get going down the stretch, it's going to be big for him to continue to play like that.
You feel like you guys have worked out the kinks?
I do. I mean, I think you're always – it's ever going, you're always trying to get better and focus on the execution, and just it never ends, and each week something different comes up, a new challenge. So just got to continue to get better, and I think this team has a purpose behind it, which makes it easier.
Another big challenge next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we heard the score. I mean, obviously we know what kind of team they are. Last time we played there, they embarrassed us. So I mean, this team knows what kind of challenges we have, and it's going to be a tough one.
Yes, we're a full-service highlight program. Here's Matthew Stafford in the saddle. Lions up 7-0 too, by the way. 12th man this. Matthew Stafford to Brian Johnson, 14-0 Lions.
Great arm bar by the receiver. Coach, he had that right arm right on the receiver's hip. So he would get to him while you're at it.
14-0 Lions, but Seattle would score 22 of the next 25 points. There's TJ Manzada for the touchdown. 22-14, it's 22-17, 25-20. Lions with 5 minutes to go. Calvin Johnson doesn't get the ball. It's Marcus Trufant as the ball is up in the air. This doesn't look like a very loving moment.
I'm not happy with one another.
Lions with one more chance, 35 seconds left. Stafford throws his 5th interception of the day.
That would damage a relationship right there.
Well, so now he and Sanchez have 2 5-pick days in their first season.
Now you just bounce back, that's all. Bounce back next week.
Holy smokes. Wow. Let's go to Arizona. Kurt Warner coming off of a 5-touchdown performance.
Speaking of 40.
As the Seahawks trying to save their season at 3-5, deep in his own end, from his own end zone up top to TJ Houshmandzadeh. Brian McFadden didn't even see the ball coming, and
That's not
make
good.
it worse, he ripped Houshmandzadeh down by his face mask. 53-yard gain, and then 5 plays later, Justin Forsett in for an injured Julius Jones, who hurt his ribs in this game.
Poison.
There's a report that he was bleeding in his lung and was
In his
hospitalized.
lungs.
Yes, sir.
Praying
Second
for you,
quarter,
man.
Seattle up 7-0. Here's Hasselbeck to a wide open Jay
Open.
John Carlson.
Everybody bid on the run fake.
Long coverage. They're going to talk about it.
14-0. Arizona seems to start slowly at home this year. But here comes Warner to Steve Breston. More Michigan love. Give it to me, Steve. Come on.
That's a lights-out Michigan love.
That was a corner post, Coach. It was an unbelievable route.
Seahawks up 17-10 at the half. Third quarter opening possession of it for Arizona. There's Breston again. He had 79 yards receiving. 3 plays later, Warner to LaRod Stevens Howling, who sounds more like a British scientist than anything else.
LaRod Stevens Howling?
I dare say. 6 plays later, Beanie Wells.
There goes Beanie, a rookie. He's a good one now. A couple touchdowns today. Look out.
10-yard score for Beanie. Fourth quarter, Warner to Anquan Bolden.
Play the man and pay the man.
And on a horse collar on Jordan Babineau.
That's a good call.
Had 105 yards receiving, did Bolden. Next play, here comes the Beanie Baby. Right up the gut.
Man,
the rookie with a 2-touchdown game.
He's starting to feel it, Coach.
He is. He's going to take this thing over. He and him, Tim Hightower, excellent pair of backs.
You're saying that this guy's going to be the starter soon enough? Is that what you're saying?
You know what? They keep sharing the load. Doesn't matter.
Well, here comes Beanie Wells again.
It does matter now.
15 carries, 85 yards,
Finish the run.
2 touchdowns.
That's it.
And then 3 plays later, Warner sticks it right in the dagger in the Seahawks with Larry Fitzgerald. Nice grab. 18 yards.
That shoulder throw. They've got that down. 200th
career touchdown pass for Warner and 340 yards passing. Cardinals win 31-20. Let's go to Minnesota, where Brett Favre was on point. Percy Harvin, his rookie, finds him. Touchdown.
Can he be Rookie of the Year already?
I think
Just give it to him. Just give it to him.
7-0, but Favre just getting started in the second quarter. Favre, next possession. Look who shakes free. Visante Shanko.
Oh, look at right on the body. He put it right on the breadbasket.
Whoop, you right on the body. Yeah. Right on the Shanko. Next possession, Favre. Bernard Berrian.
Good job. That's
in
good
the end zone.
You can't lead him in there to the safety.
21-0. 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Third quarter. Look who's got 1,000 yards rushing.
Already?
Adrian. Third straight season with 1,000 yards rushing.
That's a man.
Breaking the record. Then Favre hasn't found Sidney Rice yet, has he?
Scramble around, why don't you?
4 touchdowns.
He got up for that, Coach.
That guy can jump. This guy is something else.
He caught another one later in the game from Tavares Jackson as Favre was 4 and out. 4 touchdowns and sat out the fourth quarter. The Vikings improved to 9-1, and unstoppable player of the day, presented by Citizen Echo Drive, is in fact Brett Favre. Look at that, a career best 88% completion.
Do they get a watch for that?
He's got a 22nd career game with 4 or more touchdown passes. That passes Dan Marino for most all time.
Amazing.
I'm feeling more confident. I think I'm more of a realist at this age. But that doesn't mean you can't go out and just turn it loose and play. Because my arm feels great. You know, physically I feel pretty good. I don't feel like I'm 25, but I still feel like I can make a lot of the plays that I used to make. And the key for me is, or really for any player, is you can't second guess as you're playing. You got to just turn it loose. And this year I've been doing that.
We're a full-service pilot operation.
Do we have to?
Steven Jackson bad back
play.
all week.
It's all right
He
to
can
me.
play.
Justin Forsett started in place of Julius Jones, who couldn't go for a second straight week, and Forsett had a game.
Julius,
The bell.
if you can hear me, Julius, get back in there.
25-yard Forsett gain. And a 3-yard touchdown he would score later on in the drive. Not the only Cal Bear playing in this game, Steve Mariucci. You got Kyle Bowler playing for the injured Mark Bulger.
There you go.
Bowler's pass on 4th down is tipped and picked.
Go make a play.
And that is Josh Wilson who makes a play, 65
Just
yards.
cut back. Yeah.
Seahawks on top, 14-10 at the half. It's 17-10 in the fourth quarter, 4th and 1 on the Rams 18, and they decide to go for it. Instead of going for the field goal to go up with 2 scores, go for it. Why not with Justin Forsett running like this all day?
Yeah.
Julius.
They were controlling the line of scrimmage most of the time.
2 plays later, who pops it in?
Julius, all I'm saying, man.
Forsett at 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it was all set up in a way for the Niners. All they had to do is beat Seattle, and they got Arizona coming to their house next week, and they've already beaten Arizona. They'd be in not only the playoff race, but the NFC West. And Mike Singletary going for it on 4th down from the 1-yard line. And Delaney Walker wants the ball, but he
grabbed him.
No call.
No call.
Whoa. Mike Singletary not pleased. He decides to go for it on 4th and 1 next possession. This he would be pleased about.
Yeah, he could fly.
Vernon Davis.
He's having a Pro Bowl year.
Outrunning Aaron Curry to the pylon.
Having an all-pro year.
7-0. Alex Smith and the Niners. Tied at 7, second quarter. Matt Hasselbeck. Justin Forsett didn't start. Julius Jones got the start, but this kid from Cal's got a nose for the end zone.
Yeah, lately he's been dynamite.
Caps off a 12-play, 82-yard drive. Seahawks up 14-7. But Smith comes right back to Josh Morgan.
That's the way to beat cover 2.
Back and forth, tied at 14 at the half. That was your score in the 4th quarter with the Niners driving. And the inconvenient truth for Frank Gore is that he coughs it up. Right on the cusp of the red zone. Josh Wilson picks it up, takes it back 43 yards the other way. So instead of the Niners being up 17-14 at the very least, that led to the Seahawks being up on Singletary 17-14. Crushing turnover there. Back come the Niners in the ensuing drive. Smith to Michael Crabtree. Marcus Trufant flagged for pass interference.
Good call.
That led to a game-time field goal from the 49ers. 3rd and long with a minute to go. And, Deion Branch can't corral it.
Would have been game over.
Niners get the ball back. 3rd and 3. 39 ticks to go. Deep in their own end. And instead of running the ball, they throw it.
To who?
Josh Morgan, and the Seahawks get the ball right back in good field position. 16 ticks to go. Hasselbeck hooks up with Deion Butler, and that sets up Olindo Mare with 4 ticks to go, and he got it. What a crushing loss for the 49ers.
Wow, they had a chance.
1-5 on the road this season.
That hurt.
And they now trail the Cardinals by 3 games. As we said, if the Cardinals win in San Francisco next week, they wrap up the NFC West. Matt Schaub and the Texans button up the Seattle Seahawks quickly. As the grown man is Andre Johnson, 64 yards to put the Texans up 7-0. Just 16 ticks into the football game.
It's an aerial circus.
2 possessions later, filling in quite capably for the injured reserve Steve Slayton's Ryan Moats.
Coach, great timing, great action. Set up and blocking with the cutback.
17-0. Andre Johnson wasn't done by a long shot. 23-yard gain. And the very next play, a 17-yard gain that resulted with Johnson in the end zone. 193 yards receiving.
Arguably the best receiver in the league. It's he and maybe 2 other guys.
It's been a very difficult first campaign for Jim Mora in Seattle. Matt Hasselbeck picked by Bernard Pollard, and that is a pick 6.
Hold it up.
70 yards in length. Does he hold it up?
No.
Yeah, he does. Meanwhile, in Seattle, the Seahawks were eliminated. Their only chance was to try and win the NFC West with an utter complete collapse by the Cardinals. But when they won in Detroit, it eliminated the Seahawks. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did what
Cadillac's running.
What the Arizona Cardinals essentially would have done to them, and that's eliminated.
This team's getting better now. Little at a time, Tampa Bay.
No, Seattle's getting worse.
Wow, 24-7. Going to Seattle and whip on the 12th man. Do not sleep on the Green Bay Packers. The only team in the NFC playoffs that cannot win a bye week, but it doesn't matter when they're playing defense like this against Seattle and Matt Hasselbeck.
What is that?
What is that?
What's a gimme?
What was that?
I don't know. It was a mistake.
What was that called? What do you mean by that?
He knows what I mean by that.
That's a rough season.
Come on!
All right. Shake it off. Let's go.
Season for Matthew.
Packers are tough to beat in the frozen tundra.
Brandon Jackson.
One of the best screen teams in the National Football League.
Body on body. Great blocking.
7-0. It's 14-3 in the second quarter when Ryan Grant, what a second half of the season he's had.
He did this against the Bears last week. He went 60-some yards, and here he goes again.
Chris Johnson, that's what you got to look forward to next week. Seattle.
Ryan Grant had 97 yards rushing. Well, Marshall's record is toast.
Oh, my God. Toast. Bagel.
Matthews picked again. He had 4 interceptions on the day.
He's going to get that tap on the shoulder after the season. Yeah, you know what that tap means, Coach. We need to talk.
Brandon Jackson runs downhill.
He had a career
Then
game
sideways.
for himself.
48 points. The Packers are on a roll. They are 10-5. They clinched the playoff berth with that win. So Chris Johnson had our guy Marshall Faulk directly in his sights for the all-time single-season scrimmage yards record.
Oh, Marshall.
75 against Seattle. Eric Dickerson didn't really have his feet up on the couch with a cigar lit, but
He was watching.
he was watching.
Definitely was watching. He might have been there.
Watching. And here's Chris Johnson with an 8-yard gain on the opening drive for the Titans. He needs 120 yards to get 2,000. 4 plays later, a 10-yard gain.
Slip screen.
We always do the math here on NFL game day finally. It's 110 yards.
He runs
for 2,000.
so effortless.
6 plays later, 4th and 1, Jeff Fisher says go for it. We got Chris Johnson.
Give it to a fast guy.
He's going for
And you're playing Seattle.
2,000 yards. Needs 93 with 45 yards from scrimmage on the first drive. He's 30 behind Marshall Faulk, and that's punt. Second quarter, he's 5 behind Marshall, and now he is in front of Marshall in the record books.
Just like that.
And we're looking at your new single-season yards from scrimmage king, Chris Johnson. How about them apples? Third quarter needs 161 yards to get Eric Dickerson. Here he is with a gain of 4. That gives him 11 straight 100-yard rushing
11
games.
straight.
11 in a row.
That's
He
unbelievable.
needs 25 to join the 2K club.
Is that a record?
And then in the fourth quarter, what better way to get in the 2K club with a big, fat 62-yard run to pay dirt, except for the fact
That got Eric
there's a
Dickerson's
hold
attention.
on the play.
I
Bring it
can't
back.
call this.
Oh.
You can't call this. He's by the guy. Right there. He's buying.
Well, he pulled him right there.
Yeah, but like the guy was going to run him.
you
down.
have
You
to
can't
call
call that.
Mike Heimerdinger.
Give him the record.
Mike
him like a
Heimerdinger's
quarterback.
angry. You don't get your Heimerdinger upset.
All right, let's go get it again.
Well, Johnson gets it later on. But that 62-yard run taken off, I mean, he could have really
He
threatened
could have
Eric
really-
Dickerson. Really could have threatened Eric Dickerson. He joined the 2K club, and then the next possession, he gets another touchdown. Chris Johnson finished the season with 2,006 rushing yards, passing O.J. Simpson in the
OJ.
2K club. Of course, back in '73, O.J. didn't have 2 extra games in which
That's right, 14 games.
current Young Bucks have. TD breathing a sigh of relief. He's still 2 yards in front of him.
You still asleep on that play.
Every coach's dream.
It means a lot for me to get to 2,000 yards on the 6th player ever to do it, and it especially means a lot that we got this win today and we finish up 8-8, and hopefully we get some momentum going into next year.